सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. The final part of Vedanta is known as Upanishad. Upanishad is a textbook talking about Atman, nature. For a person who has refined his desires from Vishaya to Sukha to Atma Ichcha to Jnana Ichcha, then Shravana Ichcha or Shastra Ichcha, Guru Ichcha is waiting for inquiry. Atma Jnanam. Atma Jnana Prapyartham. The Upanishad is helping for a student. Therefore, Upanishad means the destroyer of sorrow by giving self-knowledge. Therefore, moksha means nothing but freedom from sorrow. Other words, you can say moksha is nothing but freedom from sorrow. Freedom from sorrow means desire for happiness. Desire for happiness is equal to freedom from sorrow. Who removes this sorrow? Upanishad can remove that sorrow. That sorrow which is staying in the human's mind. What Upanishad gives? It gives the closest, nearest, the dearest Atma Swarupa Jnanam. How it gives? By destroying your ignorance, it destroys your sorrow. By destroying your ignorance, it gives Atma Jnanam. By giving Atma Jnanam, it destroys your sorrow. So Upa means Samipyarthe, close by, nearby, that is Atma. So knowledge generating words are there in the textbook. Upanishad has got two meanings, I said in the last class. Upanishad can be called as knowledge which is in the mind, vritti rupa jnanam. That is called Upanishad. Knowledge which is in the mind can be called as Upanishad, or the words which are generating the knowledge. Upanishad means knowledge generating words which are there in that book or grantha or Upanishad. Knowledge generating words it is consisting of. Therefore, that is called Shabda Pramanam. Shabda Rupa. Even though words are not, sentences are not knowledge, words are not knowledge. Words, sentences generate the knowledge in the form of vritti. Therefore, Upanishad means knowledge in the mind in the form of vritti, or Upanishad means knowledge generating words That is called Upanishad. Knowledge means Prama, I said. Knowledge means Prama. Now the student is interested in Prama. Prama means Jnanam, knowledge. What type of Prama the student is interested? Knowledge about the self. Self-knowledge he wants or she wants to attain. That is Prama. Self-knowledge is called Prama in this context for this student who is coming all the way after refining all desires, finally standing at one desire, Atma Jnana Ichha. That is called Prama. How that Prama comes, any Prama, any knowledge comes when the three factors joined together. Any Prama or any knowledge can come when the three factors come together. What are those three factors I introduced in the last class? Prama knowledge can come when there is a Pramata, factor number one. Pramata, the subject or the knower, first factor. The second factor is Pramanam, the instrument of knowledge. The Pramata, the knower has to utilize an instrument to get Prama. So Pramanam, the second factor, is involved. So Pramata, the first factor, subject, the Pramanam, the instrument, the second factor, and the third factor is he wants to get knowledge about what? That is Prameyam, the object of knowledge. The third factor, Prameyam. So the Pramata, the first factor, the knower, Pramanam, the instrument of knowledge, is the second factor, and Prameyam, the object of knowledge, the third factor. If the three are together, Prama arises. Knowledge arises. Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam. For example, if you understand the example, you understand the Darshtanta which I am going to explain. I, the Pramata, the knower, want to know about this flower. What type of flower? This flower comes under object of knowledge. This flower, another Sanskrit name is what? Object of knowledge. It becomes Prameyam. I want to know the flower. What type of flower? What type of fragrance? So I come under Pramata. I cannot know just like that this is white flower. My eyes are reporting this is white flower. But I want to see the smell. I have to use another Pramanam. My eyes are also a Pramanam to know the color of the flower. So eyes come under instrument. And I want to know its smell also. To know the smell, I have to use another Pramanam, not the eyes. What is that smell knowledge giving Pramanam? Smell giving instrument is what? Nose. Nose is another Jnana Indriyam. So I keep near the nose, that nose come to know the fragrance of the flower. So I, the Pramata, the Prameyam, and the Pramanam, the instrument, eyes or nose, they are used instrument of knowledge. What comes in a white flower, fragrant smell, nice smell, beautiful smell, that knowledge has come. From far you are seeing the color of the flower, and you are getting this flower is a jasmine, a type of jasmine. Like that, with regard to Atma also, any knowledge can take place only in the intellect. Any knowledge, this is the only process. Even for Atma Vidya also, there is no nasal self-knowledge. Only intellectual knowledge only. This flower knowledge is intellectual knowledge. Since I have seen, known through eyes and nose, it is nasal knowledge, you say. I come to know through the eyes, therefore it is eyes knowledge. I come to know through the nose, therefore it is nose knowledge. Do you say that? The knowledge has taken place in the intellect. Nose and eyes are only instruments. Therefore, knowledge is forming in the intellect. That is called intellectual knowledge. Shastra says, all our Acharya says, even with regard to self also, the same factor, 3 factors you have to use. Same way intellectual knowledge is required. How you are getting any knowledge about other objects, same way Atma Jnanam also has to take place only in the intellect. Of course, instruments may be different. Object also may be different, slight different. The Pramata is same. In Pramata there is no difference. So now come to the self-knowledge. This is flower knowledge. 3 factors are important. Now we are interested in flower knowledge only or self-knowledge? All the way you have come for fragrance knowledge, flower knowledge, or self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. Therefore we have to discuss about self-knowledge. Same 3 factors, the Pramata is required with regard to self-knowledge. If I want to get Prama, self-knowledge, means Atma Jnanam, Prama, to arise in my intellect, I want 3 things. Number 1, Pramata, I the subject, knower. There is no change. In I the subject, Pramata, there is no change with regard to any knowledge. But other 2 factors, there is a change. What are the 2 factors? Pramanam, with regard to Atma Jnanam, Pramanam is Shastra Pramanam. Shastram is the instrument. Upanishad is the instrument. Mahavakya is the instrument. Through Mahavakyam, Shabda Pramanam, I come to know that Prameyam, the Atma, the 3rd factor. I come to know the Atma, the 3rd factor, object of knowledge. So Pramata, I the student, the Pramanam is Shastra Pramanam, and which I come to know is Atma, the Prameyam. So Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam, they are available because the student is interested in Atma Jnanam. So Atma, I want to know. I want to get knowledge about Atma. So Atma plays a Prameyam role there. I want to get Prama. Now all are ready. Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam ready for the sake of Prama, for the arrival of knowledge. Up to here we saw in the last class. Then I left with one point. In spite of listening, Shastra Pramanam is there. I, the Pramata, sitting in the class from many years and studying about Atma, the Prameyam. Guru is teaching what must be the phalam, the benefit of knowledge. Prama must rise. What prama? Just as you have understood flower, this is a fragrant white jasmine flower. That is the phalam, knowledge, prama. Like that with regard to Atma also, when I, the knower, is studying, doing Shravanam with the Shastra Pramanam, I want to know that Prameyam, the phalam must come what? That Atma is not outside object, it happens to be myself. Therefore, Aham Brahma Asmi Jnanam should come. I am Brahman. I am pure Chaitanyam Atma. This knowledge must come. Prama must come. And Swamiji always puts a joke. I will ask you who are all firm and convinced I am Brahman, all of you come right side and sit. And those who are not confidently say to claim I am Brahman, all of you come left side. Swamiji never did like that. Swamiji puts a joke. So I ask like that, many students stand in the middle. Whether neither they come to right side nor left side. Because they have no what confidence to come to sit on right side to say Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman only. They have no confidence, conviction. That's why nobody comes right side. If at all they come left side, they come and sit. Later we will see moksha afterwards. How can I be Brahman? So left side only maximum students will come and sit. In spite of Swami says, in spite of 40 years of teaching, Swami is teaching from 40 years. Okay. So Swami always says like this. Why this nagging? Why we are not able to get that knowledge? Why you are not able to say firmly, I am Brahman only. I cannot be other than Brahman. That knowledge must arise. Why it is not rising? In spite of Pramata availability is there, Pramanam, Guru, Shastra, Upadesha is there, and talking about Prameyam, the Atma only. Really speaking, that Atma is even not outside. That is very closer than closest, you yourself. But we are managing not to claim. Where is the snag? Or where is the problem? What is the obstacle? Obstructing the student not to claim that I am Brahman. For that, we have to find out what is the obstacle, where it lies, where it is. Now here there are only three factors. The problem must be either in Pramata, or the problem must be either in Pramanam, or the problem must be in Prameyam. In the moodula edo one edathila irukkanum problem. Other than these three, nothing is there. In between these three only the process is going on. Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam. Now let us find out, is there any dosha in Pramana? First Shastra Pramana. Is there any dosha in Pramana? Let us see the example once again. Suppose if my eyes are not having proper vision, there is a cataract problem. I cannot see the object properly. If my ears are not able to hear the sound properly, so ears Pramanam is having a problem, dosha. Knowledge cannot arise, a white flower appears like yellow because of eye problem. The problem lying where? In the eyes, Pramana. Or sometimes the object, Prameya may have problem in the sense, suppose object is covered. covered by something. It is hidden. It cannot be known. So prameya dosha is also possible. Pramana dosha is possible. Prameya dosha is also possible, if it is hidden. Pramatra dosha means I am not able to grasp intellectually. Pramatra dosha also possible with regard to any other objects. Maybe my sense organs are not up to the mark of problem, no knowledge can come. Or my intellect is having problem, knowledge cannot come. Or the object is covered or hidden, also knowledge cannot come. Like that, this is example. Like that, now with regard to Atma Jnanam to rise, where is the problem? Let us see, is there any defect in Shastra Pramanam? Shastra, the Upanishad, Pramanam, does it have any defect? Once we question like that, Shastram is apaurusheyam. It is not born out of Purusha Buddhi. It is apaurushaya Shastram given by the Lord. Veda mantras, they are nirdushtam Shastram. Dushta rahitam. Nirdushta means there is no possibility of dosha in the pramanam called Shastram. In your pramanams there may be a dosha. Eyes, ears and nose and all. Naak sariya vela padla, mook sariya vela pandidala solrom. But Shastra you cannot say like that. Shastra is nirdushtam, dosha rahitam. Pramana asambhavana is not there. Pramanam asambhavana means a defect, impossibility of giving knowledge. Pramana asambhavana dosha can never be there. Pramana asambhavana dosha is refuted or negated. Shastra is ever free from defects. Therefore, Pramana defect is not there. Shastram doesn't have any defect. For what? To give me the self-knowledge. Then, let us see, is there any defect in the Prameyam? That is why I am not able to claim I am Atma. Prameyam is what here? Atma. Atma happens to be the object of knowledge. I am not able to claim I am Atma. Is this Atma is defective? Let us see. Shastra says, Nirdushtam Brahma. Atma is ever pure, ever eternal. Atma can never have any dosha at all. Therefore, you cannot say there is a dosha in Prameya Vastu also. So that is also ruled out. Pramana dosha also ruled out. Shastra dosha ruled out. Prameya Atma dosha also ruled out because it is not possible dosha in Shastra and Prameya. Parisesha Nyayena. Who is left out now in these three factors? Pramata. Who is that blessed Pramata? Naneda. I, the knower, the subject, student, a jignasu, mumukshu, there may be a dosha. Not maybe. There alone can be dosha because Shastra is free from dosha. Atma is free from dosha. Who is left out? I, the Pramata, only left out. Therefore, let us accept the dosha of the Pramata, who is the knower. I have to diagnose. First I have to find out where is the dosha. Now I have found out where is the dosha? Pramata. What dosha? Not able to recognize, not able to claim I am Brahman after listening 20 years also. That dosha. I am Brahman only. That is not coming confidently. So there is a Pramatra Buddhi dosha. Purusha Buddhi dosha is there. Now we have found out the place. Now we have to rectify the Purusha Buddhi, where doshas are there. What are all doshas possible? In the form of pratibandha, obstacles, obstructing me, not allowing me to own up to claim that I am Brahman confidently. I am not able to enjoy that jnana phalam. That is the problem lying with me, the pramata. Obstacles are in different ways. Number one, the obstacles are pratibandha at pramatra buddhi. At pramata, number one is sadhana chatushtaya sampatti abhavaha. Problem number one. Lack of viveka, vairagya, shama, dama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana. Obstacle number one. Lack of sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. I have to rectify that dosha. This is with regard to pramata only. Pramata only doesn't have atmanatma viveka sufficiently. Pramata, the pramata alone doesn't have vairagyam. The pramata alone doesn't have tivra mumukshutvam. So mumukshutvam is there. Not intense desire for moksha. And the pramata alone not having sense control, mind control, absorption, I am lacking. Therefore, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is the first obstacle at pramata level. Then obstacle number two is intellectual problems in the form of doubts, samshaya. In the form of doubts, I have some intellectual blocks. I am not able to, or my intellect is not able to accept, because it is with full of samshayas, doubts, intellectual doubts. This is the second problem. These intellectual problems, samshayas with regard to tatpada or paramatma nature. Samshayam, intellectually I have a doubt. Who is Paramatma? Even though Shastra is talking, Guru is telling, this Paramatma is Sagunam or Nirgunam. Shastra says both. I am not able to accept. Is this Saguna Paramatma is real or Nirguna Paramatma is real? Samshayaha. And samshaya with regard to Jivatma also, the individual. This Jivatma is Sagunam or Nirgunam? Samshaya. And Shastra talking about the identity between Paramatma and Jivatma, how is it possible? You are God, Bhagavan. Guru says many times, you are God. I look at me in reverse form. Whenever Guru says, you are God, but my behavior, it is not like God. Therefore, I am not able to swallow or accept this statement, that oneness with Paramatma. I am identical with Paramatma. Our omniscient, non-alpiscient. He is all-pervading, I am all-pervading. Samshaya, doubt is there at my intellectual level. I am miserable, suffering, tiny human being. From morning onwards with water problem starts and till night with so many problems. And Thursday Guru says, you are Paramatma, you are Paramatma. And whenever Guru says, I want to punch on the nose of my Guru. How can I be Paramatma with so many problems? That's why Guru sits safely long distance. Otherwise, Shishwa will punch. Swamiji always puts the joke. I am sitting far from you because you will punch my nose. And many times when Guru is talking like this, it is jarring for student. I fought with my mother-in-law and came here. She is not allowing me, just I am telling joking, she is not allowing me to come to class. And I told her I have to go to my class, and she started fighting. And after coming to the class, Guru says, you are Paramatma. Not swallowable. Shamshayaha. With regard to Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. So to establish Aikyam, Guru has to establish the Nirgunatvam. Nirguna status of Paramatma, Nirguna status of Jivatma. Atma is Nirgunam. After establishing only, I can establish Aikyam. So Nirgunam is not assimilable at all. In Vishishta Advaitam, there is no Nirguna at all. They don't accept. And to talk about Advaitam also, I have to falsify the world. And I am experiencing the world tangibly. And whenever I go to the class, Guru says, world is like a dream. The world is mithya, unreal. Much more jarring statement. How world can be mithya? How world can be unreal? To establish the world to be mithya, I have to establish Advaitam. Or to establish Advaitam, I have to say world is mithya. How is it possible this world is mithya? How is it possible? Samshaya. So, Jiva Vishaya Samshayaha, Paramatma Vishaya Samshayaha, Jiva Paramatma Aikya Vishaya Samshayaha, and Jagat Mithyatva Nichaya Vishaya Samshayamo Samshayam. Poduma, these are all intellectual problems. Second type of obstacle. There are third type of obstacles. Many are there. One obstacle I will tell you, the lack of Shraddha in Shastra. Why this person is not able to claim I am Brahman? So evident Atma. Atma can never have any cover. It cannot be veiled. Therefore Atma can never have any dosha. It cannot be covered. Atma is ever evident Swaprakashaha, ever evident Atma, I am. This person is not able to accept because lack of Shraddha. Why I have to accept Shastra? The question. Why I have to accept Shastra? Why I have to rely upon Shastra? I don't want to rely upon Shastra. That Buddhi argues with the Shastra. I want scientific reasons. If they establish with scientific data and all, then only I will accept. Therefore, I cannot accept Shastra. Non-acceptance of Shastra totally. Totally, they are not accepting Shastra. Totally, they are not accepting Shastra. So accepting. Complete acceptance of Shastra is not there. They were in that student. That is Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha Shraddha. Whatever my Guru says, Shastra Guru must be the right. Whatever Shastra says, it must be right. Therefore, I never question. I should not. But the student is not able to accept totally. Once Guru said Jagat is mithya, with the support of Shastra, it must be mithya. Let me try. அப்படி சொல்லணுமே தவிர சும்மா சுவாமினி மித்யா மித்யான்னு சொல்லுவான். How can it be mithya? Such a thought comes in the mind, it's a block. That is why Visishtadvaitam, those people, they say they don't accept the Swapna is unreal. You know, Swapnam is real for them, for Visishtadvaita. As Jagrat is real, Swapna is also real. Even they don't accept rope snake. And the rope snake, the unreal snake, what you are seeing on the rope also is real for them. In the rope snake, mithya panna mudiyala. Swapna also they have not falsified. Where is the question of falsifying the vyavaharika prapancha? Is it possible? It is not possible. Very, very difficult. Therefore, that non-acceptance of Shastra Pramanam, they are not accepting is another obstacle. By seeing all these doshas, what doshas? Doshas at sadhana chatushtaya sampatti level, qualifications, obstacles at intellectual problems, samshaya rupa dosha, doubts, and obstacle in the form of non-acceptance of Shastra completely. With all these obstacles, how the student can claim I am Brahman? Is it possible? It is not possible. Then what to do? Now we have recognized the place of obstacle, that is Pramata, and what are the obstacles also we have found out. Now what is the remedy? How to rectify all these problems? For that, all our traditional parampara acharyas wrote many prakarana granthas. Many prakarana granthas they have written. That prakarana granthas, what for? Shastranam anekatvat, samshayanam bahutvatah. There are many shastrams and doubts are galore. Samshayanam bahutvatah. Vedyasya sukshmatvat. That Brahman which is to be known, Vedyam Brahma, is very sukshma, subtler than subtlest. Vedyasya sukshmatvat. Na gurum, na janati gurum vina. One cannot know this Sukshma Brahma without Guru. Vedanam or Veda Shastras. There are many different Upanishads, different Shastrams are there. Anekatvat. Vedanam anekatvat or Shastranam anekatvat. Samshayanam bahutvatah. Vedyasya sukshmatvat na janati gurum vina. In Anubhuti Prakashika, Vidyaranya says. Therefore, the Guru job is very tough job. What Guru has to do now? And the many Gurus, Acharyas, to tackle these intellectual problems, to tackle this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, and to tackle the non-acceptance of spiritual scriptures, and they have written number of prakarana granthas. Prakarana granthas are different types. One type of prakarana grantha, it focuses on the entire teaching, it gives in a bird eye view. It is like a preliminary manual. It talks about the entire Veda, entire Vedic teaching, like Tattva Bodha, Viveka Chudamani, examples for total bird eye view of Shastra. Viveka Chudamani, Tattva Bodha, etc. They are also called Prakarana Granthas. We saw Viveka Chudamani in another class, and many other Tattva Bodha, etc. Prakarana Granthas we saw. And there are some other Prakarana Granthas meant for only Tattpada Vichara. They talk only Tattpada Vichara, who is Paramatma, who is Ishvara, and what is the Paramatma nature, and how to qualify this universe. Jagat Vichara, Paramatma Vichara, they do some Prakarana Granthas. they don't touch the Tattvam Pada. Tvam Pada they don't touch. Only Tat Pada they touch and they elaborate. And some Prakarana Granthas never talk about Tat Pada also, Tvam Pada also. They talk about only Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada. Some Prakarana Granthas. What are those Prakarana Granthas? For example, Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha. The long name, 200 verses, 250 verses nearly. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha talks about only what? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti, Mukshutva. What about Tatpada, Tvampada? No. That is not discussed. Adi one type of Prakarana Grantha. And there are some other type of Prakarana Granthas which talk about only Tvampada. Not talking about Ishvara nature. Not bothering about your Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Like Drigdrishya Viveka, it talks about only Tvampada Vichara. That Tvampada Vichara is only analyzed in Drigdrishya Viveka. It is another type of Prakarana Grantha. So all these Prakarana Granthas not meant for giving knowledge, not meant for the removal of Ajnanam. Understand? All Prakarana Granthas, including Panchadashi, which we saw in our previous classes, they will not remove your ignorance. They will not give you self-knowledge. Then what text gives self-knowledge? Self-knowledge is given only by Upanishads, not by Prakarana Granthas. Prakarana Granthas handle all these obstacles. Prakarana Granthas only meant to handle these obstacles. That's why another type of Prakarana Granthas are meant to defend or to negate other systems of philosophies. Like Brahma Sutra, Avirodhadhyaya, defending Advaita Vedanta and refuting all other systems of philosophies. That is another type of Prakarana Granthas. Purvapaksha. They quote a lot of Purvapaksha and they refute them. Sankhya, Nyaya, Yoga, Vaiseshika, even other 6 Nastika Darshanams also, they are also negated. That is another type of Prakarana Granthas. Those Prakarana Granthas which are defending Vedanta, Advaita and refuting other systems, that Prakarana Granthas are called Siddhi Granthas. Those Prakarana Granthas are called Siddhi Granthas. Siddhi Prakarana Granthas. So Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti Pradhana Prakarana Granthas, Tatpada Vichara Pradhana Prakarana Granthas, Jagat Mithyatma Nischaya Pradhana Prakarana Granthas, Srishti or Panchakosha Viveka Pradhana Prakarana Granthas, or refuting the other systems of philosophies, all Purvapakshis, is another type of Prakarana Granthas called Siddhi Granthas. So Prakarana Grantha means it can be, there is one shloka talks about Prakarana Grantha. All Acharya says Shastra Ekadesha Sambandha. One type of Prakarana Grantha. Shastra Ekadesha. One aspect of, particular aspect of Shastra it highlights. Shastra Ekadesha Sambandha Prakarana Grantha. Shastra Ekadesha Sambandham. Shastra Karyantare Sthitam. Some Prakarana Granthas, Shastra Karyantare Sthitam. They talk about Shastra Karya Bhinna Karya Sthitam. Means Shastra is meant for giving Jnanam, Atma Jnanam. But these Prakarana Granthas are not talking about Atma Jnanam. They are talking about why Atma Jnanam is not taking place in this individual student. That is why Shastra Karya Bhinna Karya Sthitam. Another Prakarana Grantha. So they talk about only obstacles, to remove obstacles. Shastra karyantare sthitam ahuhu prakaranam nama. This is called prakarana grantha. Grantha bhedam vipaschitaha. The knowers of this bheda, the difference between grantha to grantha, prakarana to prakarana, they say this is the prakarana nama, which talks about one aspect of Shastra, which talks about the different aspect from the Shastra, not giving jnana but giving only clarity, removing doubts, removing intellectual problems, removing sadhana chadushta sampatti problems. So karyantare sthitam. Wise people say this is called prakarana grantha. Grantham bhedam vipaschitaha. So Naishkarmya Siddhi comes under a Siddhi grantha. There are many Siddhi granthas like Ishta Siddhi, like Brahma Siddhi, like Advaita Siddhi and Naishkarmya Siddhi. So this Naishkarmya Siddhi is a defending work written by Sureshwaracharya, Siddhi Grantha. Now, what about the author? We have to know about the author also, Sureshwaracharya. There are lot of stories. Karna Parampara, we are hearing different views about Acharyas. So, different books, different scholars give different opinions. Even Shankaracharya's biography also, different Acharyas having different opinions. Therefore, we are not too much probing into that information. Through Karna Parampara, what we come to know, Sureshwaracharya, his first name was Mandana Mishra. Mandana Mishra. Another name is Vishwarupacharya. Vishwarupacharya. He was a great Purva Mimamsaka, and he has a lot of attachment with Purva Mimamsa Karmakanda. He is a great Karmakandi. Once it happened that he met Shankaracharya and had a debate with Shankaracharya, with Adi Shankaracharya. In that debate, after listening from Shankaracharya, the Advaita Vedanta, the Purva Mimamsa, he is talking about Purva Mimamsa, Mandana Mishra. Shankaracharya talking about Uttara Mimamsa, Vedanta Shastra. Then this Mandana Mishra converted from Purva Mimamsa to Uttara Mimamsa. Veda Purva Bhaga, Purva Mimamsa to Karma Kanda to Veda Anta Jnana Kanda, and he became the disciple of Adi Shankaracharya, and he took sannyasa from Adi Shankaracharya, and he got the name Sureshwaracharya. Saraswati Sa, Sureshwaracharya. Sureshwara Shva Shankarasha. Sureshwaracharya. There is another Mandana Mishra who wrote this Brahma Siddhi Grantha. Many commentators, Acharya says that Mandana Mishra who wrote Brahma Siddhi is different. This Mandana Mishra who wrote who is a Purva Mimamsaka previously, now became Uttara Mimamsaka. This Mandana Mishra who became Sureshwaracharya is different. How they know? After seeing that Mandana Mishra Brahma Siddhi and this Sureshwaracharya's Naishkarmya Siddhi, there is a lot of difference. That's why that Mandana Mishra is different. Even Sureshwaracharya criticized that Mandana Mishra Brahma Siddhi in Naishkarmya Siddhi. Therefore, he must be different. So Sureshwaracharya is a great author, great writer, and not ordinary great, very great scholar, very great writer. And he wrote Vartikams. His speciality is called Vartikam. In that prayer also, we say, Shankaram, Shankaracharyam, Keshava, not that one, this Totakam, Vartikam Manni, Asmat Padmapada, and Hastamalaka, and Totakacharya, Vartikam and the prayer lover, Shankaracharya prayer. So the Vartikam Manyan means this Sureshwaracharya and prayer. Your prayer varadadilo, your Vartika Kara and prayer. Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtam Shiktincha Tatputra Parasharancha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Nahantam Govinda Yogindra Madhasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Madhasya Padmapadam Cha Hasta Malakancha Sishyam Tam Totakam Vartika Kara Manyan Asmad Gurum Santata Manatosmi. Hingirikar Sureshwaracharya Pere Illi Hangana Vartika Kara, our Pere. Even though he is Sureshwaracharya, he is very famous for his Vartikam. Vartikam is a verse form either on Mula Grantha or on Bhashyam. Vartikam is a text written in verse form, based on either Mula Grantha or based on any commentary. He wrote Manasollasa, Mula Grantha, Dakshinamurti Stotram. Based on that, he wrote Manasollasa Vartikam. Number of chapters, number of verses, which I took in T Nagar class, Manasollasa. That is also available on website. Those who want to listen to Sureshwaracharya's Manasollasa, you can listen. And he wrote Vartikam on Shankaracharya's Taitriya Bhashya. Shankaracharya wrote Bhashyam on Taitriya Upanishad. Upon that 1000 verses he wrote commentary in the form of Vartika. Very, very popular. It is like a treasure house. Another, the greatest work of Sureshwaracharya is Brihadaranyaka Vartikam. Vartikam, he wrote in the verse form 10,000 verses upon Shankaracharya's Brihadaranyaka Bhashyam. You imagine what a capacity, power he is having. To talk about that Acharyas, whether we have qualification or not, also is doubtful. To talk about such great Acharyas, whether we have qualification or not, we feel sometimes. We are all belong to that great Acharya Parampara. How fortunate we are. So Sureshwaracharya wrote 10,000 verses on Brihadaranyaka Bhashyam of Shankaracharya. It is a ocean of treasure. Nidhi. Great treasure. That much authenticity is there in Sureshwaracharya's writing. Such Acharya alone wrote this Naishkarmya Siddhi. This Naishkarmya Siddhi is one of the Siddhi Grantha written by this Sureshwaracharya. What is the meaning of Naishkarmya Siddhi? So you require tremendous punya. Janma punya virundada Naishkarmya Siddhi padika mudiyam. And the book thoda mudiyam. Illenna padika mudiyad, thoda mudiyad, therinchikamu mudiyad. So that Sureshwaracharya's Naishkarmya Siddhi, the meaning of Naishkarmya Siddhi, Siddhi means accomplishment. Siddhi means attainment or accomplishment or prapti. Prapti, attainment or accomplishment of what? Naishkarmyam. Naishkarmya means Nirgatani karmani yasmat saha. Nishkarma. From whom all that karmas have gone. From whom all the karmas, rituals, all the karmas have gone. That is the meaning of nishkarma. Nirgatani karmani yasmat saha naishkarma. Nishkarma. Nakarantaha pullingaha nishkarman shabdaha. Nishkarma, nishkarmano, nishkarmanaha. Its abstract noun is naishkarmyam. Nishkarma is a abstract noun. Bhava vyutpatti is naishkarmyam, means atma swarupam. Atma swarupam. Naishkarmyam means atma swarupam, the nature of atma. What is atma swarupam? Atma chaitanyam is siddhi, attainment of atma swarupam. It is ever accomplished. Accomplished atma vidya. That is the meaning. Vidya means jnanam, jnana means knowledge. Siddhi means prapti, attainment of that atma swarupam. If it is already siddhi, it is already accomplished, why I have to come to the class? Why I have to study NAISHKARMYASIDDHI? Name itself says Naishkarmya means Atma. Atma is ever accomplished, attained, siddhi. Siddha swarupam Atma. Nitya Buddha Mukta Swarupa Atma is the meaning of the title of this book. Once it is already attained, Siddha Swarupam, why I have to study NAISHKARMYASIDDHI? For that we say, because of ignorance, Atma Ajnanam, ever accomplished Atma is seemingly unaccomplished. Even though ever attained Atma is ever attained, already accomplished. Even though, because of ignorance, it is apraptavat bhati, asiddhavat bhati, as though not accomplished, it appears. Therefore, for seemingly unaccomplished Atma, through NAISHKARMYASIDDHI, we are going to accomplish seemingly. For seemingly unaccomplished Atma, even though it is accomplished only, but it is seemingly unaccomplished. Really accomplished, but because of Ajnanam, it is seemingly unaccomplished. Therefore, through Jnanam, we are going to seemingly attain. What? NAISHKARMYASIDDHI. Atma is ever evident. Swarupam, my nature. I am not missing that, ever accomplished, but as though missed, as though unaccomplished, as though not attained. Therefore, you have to study NAISHKARMYASIDDHI for what? For as though attainment, for as though prapti, for as though accomplishment. Accomplishment of what? As though unaccomplished Atma. Understand? Even though Atma Swarupam is myself, because of some ignorance, I am not able to own up. He is going to remove that seeming obstacles which are in the form of intellectual problems. With that idea, view, Sureshwara Acharya is going to help the Vedantic students to establish in that Atma Swarupam and to claim their own nature, to own up their own nature, and to get Jnana Phalam if you want to help us. So, next class onwards, we will enter the text NAISHKARMYASIDDHI. This is the introduction to NAISHKARMYASIDDHI. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो